The time is 1 minute past 7 o'clock. It's Thursday, the 11th of March. I know it's the 11th of March because it's Universal Credit Pay Day for me today. Woo!
Celebration.
Big money styles. It's 11th of March, and are the royal family good or bad?
I think we'll get to that at the end, eh? We'll see if we can convince each other one way or the other. What do you think? Going off the bat, what do you
from
reckon?
the start, I'd say that the royal family. This is the royal family have never changed, but it's people who have apparently changed what they view the royal family to be. I'll say, and that's my opinion from the outset. My opinion is the royal family have remained at a constant pretty much throughout the bloodline forever. They've always been royalty and have done what royalty have done, always. But people have changed now to the point where they think that they have some sort of influence or input on what a royal family does, as if they don't understand the meaning of the word monarchy. But maybe I can be changed on that from the start. What about you, mate?
I don't think that it's a bit. You're not going to like my answer. You never like my answers.
No, I like your answers. I like your answers.
Oh, fair. See, I don't think that they're good or bad, innit? Because I think that who would you compare him to? To be like, oh yeah, you're better at this than them. So you're like to be like, oh, our queen's better than the royals of Toga. Why that was the first country. Japan. I think Toga's got a king and queen. I looked up a list before, but I don't know why that was the first one.
Do you mean Togo?
It could be Togo.
I think you might do, but carry on.
Is it Togo? Yeah, well, yeah, like, how would you compare him? You can't compare. You can't be like, oh yeah, they're good, they're bad. I mean, you could be like objective and be, if you believe the stuff to do with like Savile and that he was fucking like some of the conspiracies around Jimmy Savile with it when I was researching him for a few months ago. He was we'll keep using allegedly, I reckon, this week because these are the
from
most
the top.
people.
Yeah, from the top, we'll just have a disclaimer, but that the views stated in this episode are not those of the station. They're not even those of you or I. They're those of some sort
conspiracy theorists. I'm going to stick to conspiracy law, if you like, LORE.
And I'm going to say that we are merely playing the roles of tinfoil hat wearers. This is by no means our views. Please
just to be careful,
don't send the black vans to my house. I've had enough bother. Don't send MI5. None of that. I'm busy all week. Just leave us alone. So yeah, please carry on. Now we've got that out of the way.
So I think, like objectively, like you could be like, oh, they're objectively good, they're objectively bad, because they do a lot of charity work and that in it. But and then they've got. You could even argue that maybe the Commonwealth, like how would you when you bring the Commonwealth into it, because surely that must piss people off who are in the Commonwealth who aren't in England, to be like, yeah, our country is pretty much owned by that other country, but no one talks about it, and we just have the shit Olympics every 6 years.
And it's our queen being on their money. Like, that's fucking...
Yeah.
That's an absolute... It's an insult. It's an absolute fucking insult. Like, guess what? This is a concept. Whenever you go to buy something, just remember that we once outgunned you or had a better navy. Just remember, because we need you to remember, because we don't really have anything to go running for us anymore. So we have to instill this sort of position of pseudo power by just reminding you that we did it a long time ago, and although we can't really do it again because there's lots of like laws in place now in the UN and stuff.
Called cameras.
But there's that as well. Yeah, just
body cams.
We can't do it now, so we're just gonna forever remind you. Just for whenever you go to buy something, just know that we fucked you once. Just remember that.
Mate, imagine a good way to improve money. Imagine if when you spend, like, say when you spend a fiver, the Queen sort of smirks at you, like interactive money. When you use a tenner, the Queen like smiles. 20 quid, she gives you that nod, like what you get when you walk down the street with a stranger who you think you recognise from somewhere, and they sort of like nod downwards and you nod upwards.
I'm going to say, before you carry on, that's only people from the north and above will know that. People in
Yeah,
the south
to be
want
fair, it don't really happen here.
you're
People just down here,
literally
they stare at you.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
what you're describing right now is very much
Yeah.
an alien behaviour to anyone south of like Manchester.
Birmingham, I'd say.
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah,
it's below Birmingham.
yeah.
Birmingham people
Probably
are
you can
pretty
get away
friendly
with it
to
around there, but
Yeah.
yeah, if you do that in London, you get shot,
Yeah,
and that's just by your
Chased
average
with a
fucking.
narwhal
That's
thing.
just by your average pensioner.
Yeah. What you after there? Fucking
So
chattering the teeth, clicking the teeth together because they're fucking loose.
whilst playing the spoons,
Yeah.
which they've got spoons at
Just to
one
get
end.
that extra beating.
Yeah, well, there are spoons at one end, but the other end are sharpened into little shivs, basically, and they just play. It's a bit like the Warriors, like OAP gangs on late night buses in London, a bit like the Warriors, and you just find them all with Zimmer frames. But the Zimmer frames have got like, even they have like pump action shotguns in the bottom, and there's a lass playing the spoons that's got shivs. They're a deadly bunch. But every night it's a film. It's fantastic trying to get home.
Out of the royal family, then, who do you reckon would play the spoons the best? And who do you reckon would look the best playing it? Because for me, it's the same person.
Who plays them the best? I reckon Charles has got the time. He's doing nothing.
I did think that initially. I thought Prince Charles looks like he's got time, and he looks like he looks like a man of rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, but very much. I mean, the spoons. I think. It's a white person thing, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think
everyone can.
I
Anyone
think-
can play the
I
spoons.
think
I think it's
anyone-
probably one of the most accessible instruments in the world.
No, I mean, other than the triangle, certainly. But I believe that, like, I mean, obviously, different sorts of that style
Spoons
of playing
exist.
comes from different playing, like different cultures are like, and I think playing the spoons was like an English thing going back quite a while. But it sounds like a very white person thing to do, playing fucking
I
tea.
guess,
Playing the things you stir for tea is so traditionally English.
Well, what if
that
they
is
used
Charles.
to do it when they invaded for the tea for initially when they I don't know where they initially
is
invaded
that how
for
they
India
the
or China or
Chinese?
Tibet or whatever, and they're walking like but that could be where the hacker comes from. Imagine if that's where the hacker was a piss take of the invasion because they're walking with their legs sort of bent, slapping spoons off their hands, fucking bobbling their heads side to side. As they're invading, like they're the people at the front, and then they were like, "This is mental. No one can hear it until we're right up close. We need something more intimidating. Let's bring that drum."
You know,
And it
the
used
Warriors.
to be the Spooner Boy.
Back to the Warriors. You
The
know
Warriors,
when
the
he's
film.
yeah. Do you know when he's playing the bottles and he's doing that Warriors come out? Yeah. So all I'm imagining is we had a massive navy, so it's all of our ships in a line, just heading towards the Chinese shore, and at all the sailors are gathered at the front of every ship playing the spoons, just going Chinese, come out to play. Chinese, come out to play, and that's how we started like tea wars.
Yeah. And that's why the Americans weren't into it. They were like, I'm not having this.
Well,
That's why the Boston Tea Party came from. They were like,
later
no, it's just
on-
ridiculous.
Nah, later on, mate. I think during the Vietnamese War, they used to circle around like towns and shit, playing like rock music at extremely loud volumes to like basically fucking confuse everyone, and it was like psychological warfare, really. It'd, like keep them constantly like alert and awake and shit. And they got that from the British spoon players of the Navy. It's the same
Yeah,
tactic.
it's just as technology's progressed.
Yeah, it's the same principle, but just the technology's evolved. It went from spoons to whoever it was who was playing shit at that time. I can't remember who.
It was that weird
It's the Stones
in
and
between
shit.
World War One and World War Two where they all had them theremins.
With theremins between.
Like,
were they going that far
wrist-mounted
back?
theremins, I don't know, but it just seems very sort of 30s. Like a
It does a
wrist-mounted
bit.
theremin, just they're all sort of wiggling their fingers above their arms.
Above the trenches, like just.
Yeah, just popping their heads up.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell why so many million people have died then, because I mean, theremins, not much protection. A spoon
And
could
they
at
keep
least.
it quiet as well. If you look it up, you're not going to find anything about the theremins. You've got to ask around.
Yeah, it was very much kept a secret. I mean, it was considered at the time. Theremins didn't come into use as a musical instrument until way later because they were considered military tech for like 20, 30
Yeah,
years.
they had to find a use for them. They had fucking warehouses full of the fuckers.
Yeah, they realised they didn't work and thought we have to sell these in the domestic market. What can we do? Let's let's promote really weird avant-garde musical performances and have proper mad cunts play this thing as if it's a real instrument. Yes, sound great idea.
And I've just signed this deal with this glasses manufacturer, but I want to double my profit, so I've come up with monocles, and we can give them all monocles to wear with these theremins and make them proper look the part, you know.
And then you get Bill Bailey playing one in a live performance about fucking 80 years later or whatever
Better
it is.
than anyone has ever played one.
They're like, this
Getting
is
an actual
not...
song out of it.
Like, we needed him in the trenches. He would have fucking stopped so many bullets. He'd have been absolutely fucking sound. We've sort of diverted from royalty. I mean,
my guy would be Prince Philip. I think Prince Philip would look the best and be the best at playing the spoons. Because he just looks like the sort of older relative that's at a party that's not trying to instigate fights, isn't trying to be a dick. He's just sort of sat there observing his family, and then as it gets a bit later and he sees it's dying down, he's like, right, I need to pick this back up now. The kids have fell asleep, they've gone upstairs, you know, we've locked away the prince that we need to lock away. He's left so the kids can sleep, and I'm going to whip out the spoons. I mean, and he'd just sit there by the fire.
I think he'd be great at it now because the bloke, amongst everything else, he's definitely got Parkinson's and he could make those go fucking fast. He could probably play drum and bass on those spoons.
Double time.
Yeah, just cracking out amens and making break car on spoons like Aphex Twin. Do you think he's still alive?
Yeah.
Do you think? Because like he went into hospital. He went into hospital like a couple of weeks ago, and there's reports that he's getting better. He's going to be in a while, but I mean. Is he dead? Is he alive, or is he regenerating? Are they doing the I don't know, decade long? He's got his service. He's got his reptilian service. Well, that's what reptilians do. They can clone. They can assume new bodies. We know they can fucking body change. So you've got to assume they've got to go in for a service every so often.
Is that what the recent rocket stuff was in the past couple of years or so? They're just going sending people back to the moon to get the skins refitted.
I think that all happens here. I think obviously like they've been mate. If you believe the true Lord and Savior David Icke, then
and people will know that. Yeah, I'm on definitely on my way.
Yeah, and so you should. For those who don't have video, which is everyone but me, Jack just fought what I believe must have been a ghost or something that attacked him from some sort of blanket underneath in the cupboard under his stairs. And I've just seen a man fight something that's not there. That was wicked. That was like that Eliza Lamb video from that Cecil Hotel that everyone's banging on about recently, where she's looking for a ghost that's not there. She was having a psychotic breakdown too, so I hope you don't. Yeah,
I think I've been on my way for a couple of weeks now.
I hope you don't climb to the top of your house and find a water tank to climb into like she did.
Oh, but it would explain the floods that the neighbour keeps causing if there was a fucking water tank up there with dead bodies in. Rather than just fucking storing bin bags of shite on the roof.
That's
like you do. And other people's push bikes as well, bro, which is weird.
Where else are you going to keep them?
In your house, so they don't rust, so you can sell them on or sell them on for parts.
Yeah, you're too...
Why would you keep them in a big fucking puddle?
Such a big planner,
just having them to have them.
Just dedicating bikes to the rain gods, obviously. Like, that's what they need. But yeah, I think Philip's either dead or getting his decade service or centurion service or whatever it is. He'll come out with those scars that they always highlight on the celebrities that they think are part of the bloodline cults. Like, oh, look, he's got the scars from where they've put the adrenochrome in from the babies, and they've taken the pineal gland out the babies, and they've put it in the face of the royal man to keep him alive. If you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, I think Ike must be sat there now just rubbing his hands, being like, oh, they're going to reveal the lizard secret. They really don't want to admit to what...
book, just ready and waiting. He's like, This has been ready. This one here was my second book, but I've had to wait because I got a few things wrong. I like the idea that he's got dozens of them, and he just has a little checklist for each book, and he's like, if 6 of these things happen, I can release it, because enough people will be like, oh yeah, that's going to happen. But he's got to have the 6 bullet points sort of checked off for each one, and then he's like, yeah, here's this one.
Yeah, he waits for it to sort of start coming to light, and then he's like, right, now I'll release the book.
Yeah, because he's a genius.
Oh,
he might be mental, innit? But I'd say he's a genius.
There's a fine line between crazy and genius, and I think he's a good marketer. I'll give you that. But the lizard bloodlines thing brings us to the point of obviously having royals as the topic, which was the recent royal mix-up that's been going on, and everyone's reaction to the royal mix-up. For those who don't know, I've forgot a fucking name already. No, I haven't.
Oprah.
Yeah. Oprah's interview with Meghan Markle and Harry over their split from the royal. This is going to sound like a fucking gossip podcast. Harry and fucking Meghan fucked off from the royal family. They left the cast.
Trying to make it more manly. They fucked you off.
They fucked off. They took Nash. If you're from the north, that's what they did. They took Nash. They moved away. They broke off from the royal family because they weren't happy with Meghan. Now that they've since done an interview, Meghan's come out and said she had issues, like she felt suicidal, shit like that, blah blah blah. The Oprah interview, I don't particularly care about. We're not going to discuss it much. I just want to say that we've seen this all before. Like Meghan Markle and the public's response to it. It's not the royals doing. The royals have done what royals do. Royals have kicked people out of the family because they're not happy with them for whatever it is. Are we surprised that the royal family, if it is because of that, have kicked someone out of the family because they're of a different colour? Because I seem to remember when Princess Diana broke with Charles and then started going out with what's his name? Bloke who ran Harrods' son. Fuck.
I've got it written down.
You do it? Oh, brilliant! Because
I say written down. I've managed to find myself a nice list of 40 really fucking, some of them really out there, royal conspiracies.
Fantastic. Al Fayed. Dodi Al Fayed.
Yeah,
Dodi
Al Fayed. I had Dodi, but I didn't have anything else.
One of the massive sort of conspiracy theories at that time behind their death, well, I mean, obviously the main part was that they were killed by the royal family, but was that she was due to have a child to Dodi, which would have meant that related to and in the royal bloodline, there would have been like basically fucking Muslim blood.
Yes and no, but she wasn't actually within the bloodline of the royal family, was she?
She wasn't, but her offspring...
Is it the Stevens?
Yeah, but her offspring were royal family, and then they would have had a brother in that family who were of like Muslim descent, or well, not Muslim descent, were Muslim. So that didn't happen. That happened within our lifetime, and this has just happened again. And I'm not shocked at them. I'm shocked at the public for not just being like, well, yeah, it's shit, but this is just what they do.
Right, but the news and that makes things. I think it seems to make people forget about what happened last week, let alone what happened 20 odd years ago.
It's not just that.
Like, that's like the point of it, innit? Like, don't pay attention to right now. Pay attention to this. I think that's part of the thing with mindfulness, bro. I think mindfulness is potentially damaging to people, that whole concept of don't pay attention to the past, don't plan, don't think about the future, only think about right now.
Yeah, I think that can be very damaging because there's real world things that you do need to plan for. That can work for people who are set up in life, no problem, but other people have shit to do.
Yeah.
You're right, though. Like, I mean, that was part of my degree. Like, you studied that, the 24-hour news cycle. There are very few stories that go on for longer than that, and stuff like this isn't one of them because it's stuff like investigate, like the Maddie case. That's been going on for so long because there's been developments and shit like that, and there's been, well, at the time there was constant stuff going on, so you could drag it out. But with things like this, you'll get their interview, a response from the royals, and then nothing. So you can't. That's the 24-hour news cycle. You get 2 days out of that. That's it.
But it's reporting on conversations that people have had, though, innit? Like, yeah, it is a proper shitty thing to do if it, let's take it as it's true, and it is a shit thing to do, especially to your own family. And like, imagine having a son, and you're like, oh, I don't, you could have a kid and not like the missus, or like the other half for whatever reason, but you still don't like fucking kick him out of the family, innit? And so it's, but then again, I don't fully know if they were kicked out, if they chose to leave, I don't really fully understand that, which probably won't surprise anyone listening. That I don't quite grasp what's going on.
Well, just to inform you, me being a daft cunt, right? We're going to carry on and we'll go on for a bit longer, but I did an interview the other day and I used this same setup and I only used record instead of broadcast and recording. For the first 20 minutes, we've just been recording, but now we're broadcasting and recording.
Oh, bloody hell. There we go. There's a little bonus for people to come
Yeah,
back to.
yeah. So people
Now you'll
who
understand what we're on about.
yeah, so people who've just
And I think
just
that's one
started
of the
hearing
best
us.
jokes we've ever come up with, bro. But it's a shame that people aren't going to know about it.
Which bit was that bit?
The bit that was about 45 seconds ago. You know, and I'm just trying to trick them
Yeah,
to
I
make
know,
them
I
go
know,
back.
I know.
You know.
So
Reel them
yeah,
in.
I'll explain to people, for people who have just fucking started hearing our voices. We had record going, but we didn't have broadcast going. So you've got 20 minutes of bonus content if you tune into the recording that will be on the app after the show, immediately after the show. I'll put it up straight away for the fact that I just fucked up. But we're talking about Meghan and Harry and all that shit. And if you want to carry on, we'll carry on with what you were saying.
Like I can do that. Like I know what the fuck I was saying a minute ago. I've thrown myself by fucking chatting shit to myself. Where was I? Where were we? Man, this is fucking... Oh, God. Saying it's a shitty thing to do, isn't it? Like, if someone has sort of... Whether someone's felt like they've had to leave a family or they've been made to leave a family or they've thought it's better to not be involved with the family. Whether it doesn't matter if you're royal or not, that's a fucking... It just seems like a shit thing to do to a family member. It's a shit thing to do to a friend.
Well,
like,
yeah.
To just if you have got a friendship group and you're like, fucking... We're all mates, but, and we like James, but we'd just rather not have him with us. It's just odd. It's just an odd thing to do to people.
Yeah, but
it makes you think there's a lot more going on. Like, what was that like? The last, like, look, here's your get out clause. You can be out, you can be gone, do what you want. Literally say do what you want. Apart from these things here, don't tell them about the genetic splicing facility.
Don't tell them
500 feet below the palace. Don't tell people exactly how many doors are in Buckingham Palace.
Don't tell them about
the
sex
guy
swings.
That broke in with the rollies. Yeah, no, they don't need to know about the sex swings or them weird wooden crosses
and
with
all
the
the
handcuffs
corgi
attached to either end.
The corgi fingering stations. Don't talk about them.
No, share the pictures for a laugh, but don't tell people who takes part.
On the dark web, obviously, not on the normal internet. Don't put it on the normal internet.
They might start up their own social media though, and then that could be what they could do. They could make a whole new media and make a new social media, and to promote it, use corgi fingering.
Yeah, I mean that's absolutely fun. That's absolutely
Hashtag
fantastic.
Corgi registered.
Yeah, instead of being verified, that's what your Prime and your VIP accounts would be corgi registered.
And then you could knock on people's houses and be like, "Excuse me, love," with your empty drill box with nothing in it, and be like, "Excuse me, love, I'm corgi registered."
I've come to
and
check your dog.
Old there to be like, "Oh, lovely, come on, meet us through there. Do you want a brew? Yeah, I'd love a brew. And then before you know it, you've got handfuls of tea lights, a bit of potpourri out of the hallway in your drill box, maybe some
Werther's originals.
Yeah, you've sorted yourself out for the evening, and then you can just leave.
Some spoons with shivs shaved into the end, which people won't recognise as a joke until they listen to the bonus content that they've just missed from the first 20 minutes that will be on the app after the show.
That's how we know he's a professional guy.
It's shit, going back to the whole situation, but it's not surprising. Like, they want to be considered lucky. That it's only they want to be considered lucky that they're leaving with their lives, like Meghan
with freedom. I would say maybe not like, because didn't they used to lock up the ones that, like, when they were born and they were mental? Didn't they used to lock them up in towers?
Tower of London was a prime location to lock away your family members that you didn't really like. Like, this is the thing. Like, royals gonna royal. I don't want to use I do want to use meme speak to try and get down with the kids, but royals gonna royal. Like, for time, the royal family's crack has been, so anyone in my family who I don't really like, I can either kill, have killed, lock up, or exile. Like, and I'm going to be considering, I'm not going to say that they were exiled. It was voluntary. They decided to leave. But they've got the fucking best deal. Like,
yeah, because they don't have to be involved with anything else.
The royal family is like the mafia. You don't just leave the mafia. You go by bullet or you go by fucking like just old age, but you never leave the mafia. You're always getting dragged back in. You're always going to be a target. Like, they got the best deal possible. If she had a shit time, that is fucking terrible. It's that I'm not that part. I'm not. And the other thing is, like we just said before the recording started, like, we don't have a clue what's actually happened.
No.
And that means I'm not discrediting either side. We genuinely don't know what's happening.
You can't say.
There's only.
I mean, we can say, you know, about conspiracies and that, and be like, oh yeah, 9/11.
Yeah, she can. But she was like, look, I'm not.
Luckily, we weren't in the room.
They were all there, sat around the royal table, just chalking up lines of fucking powdered adrenochrome, fresh adrenochrome, and they were chopping away, and like, Lizzie's sorting the lines for everyone because, I mean, head of the household, matriarch.
No, the thin Lizzie though, she's not very sharing.
Well, you're going to steal the bit. So she's knocking lines up, and she knocks fucking her a stitcher. Philip, she knocks up 2 because Philip's not there. He's in hospital at the moment, so she has Philip's stitcher. Philip's getting IVs of adrenochrome. He doesn't need lines, so that she's got 2. She knocks up 1 for Charles. Got to keep the sun sweet because he's doing nothing apart from playing the spoons. You know what I mean? And he needs to play them quick, so he's got out the adrenochrome fast. She chops some for Harry, and then she leaves fucking Meghan like not even a key, like just crumbs. And she's like, Harry, can I have a little bit? Harry just offers some of his, and she's like, fucking no, Harry. No, Harry, don't give Meghan any more adrenochrome. She's not allowed the adrenochrome. She's not from the bloodline. And then that's basically what it's all over. It's just a sesh gone wrong. And here we are now. I've got another theory, which isn't as PC, and that's that Prince Andrew he won't fuck black children. And it's part of the royal decree that as any child born into the royal family, Prince Andrew, as a rite of passage, has to obviously he takes them to St James, Isle St James or whatever, and he gives them he slips the one up, you know what I mean? And
see, for everyone that's now listening though, they think, oh fucking hell, not even 10 minutes in and they're on pedos, but we've actually managed half an hour, guys.
I know. And to be honest, right, in an episode about the royals specifically, when Prince Andrew is a glaringly obvious topic to use, right? To wait half an hour is fucking restrained. You know what I mean? But yeah, he won't fuck black children. So they were like, you've got to go. You can't be part of the royal family because if you have planned to have that might have been it during the adrenochrome session. He was like, me and Harry are gonna have a kid, and they were like. Andrew was like, he was stiff at the table because he just had two big lines of adrenochrome. Then his heart and just went down, and Lizzie went, "Look what you've done! Booked them 2 tickets for a Jet2 flight and fucked them off to Canada."
And that's not even that like exile, though, is it? Like, because obviously exile would be Sweden. You'd send them to somewhere where no one wants to be.
Again, we will build this. We will build this anti-Swedish fucking movement that people will have no idea about because they haven't listened to the previous episodes. And
it's got merch for it, mate. Just fucking like broken bookcases on T-shirts.
And at a great
Say
time.
No to Sweden.
That would be a great time to segue into a quick mention about merch. There's going to be. I've set up a fucking Redbubble to sell merch, so I don't have to do anything. Because. Let's be honest, you don't want me sorting your fucking T-shirts or anything out. So, there's going to be truth-seeking merch, and the first one is going to be based on episode 1, which was cryptid currency. Someone's doing the design now. Looks fucking good. It's going on a T-shirt. It looks decent, doesn't it? It's going on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Going on a T-shirt. There's a link. If you go on my Instagram, on my link tree, there's a link to merch.
Oh, we've even got a link tree now, guys.
Share those, but we'll share the links elsewhere. But that'll be 1 T-shirt, and then we'll probably add another, and then maybe you might get 3, and then we might put one of Prince Andrew saying no to shagging Meghan Markle's potential child as the 4th one, while sniffing a massive fat line of adrenochrome, and that one probably get us kicked off Redbubble. So it'll be a short-lived venture.
It'll be really fucking hard to draw as well. To get all of that, if you could convey all of that in one picture, then
there's only one person to get that job done.
Objectively speaking, again, a great artist.
There's one person to get that job done, and it's that Jim will paint it. If you've ever
Jim
seen
will
his
paint
work,
it.
have you never seen Jim will paint
that-
it?
No,
He's
I
an
just
art.
assumed that would be you.
And I know it's a great name. Let's be honest, gyms use it to their advantage. It's fantastic. But I'll show you some of his art afterwards. He's fucking tremendous. People send him requests of extremely long scenarios, and he knocks them up on paint, and they're fucking unreal. Like absolutely unreal. So that's the pinnacle. But if we're gonna get kicked off Redbubble, we pay Jim will paint it a hell of a lot of money to design us that. We put it on there, and then it doesn't get a chance to sell because it gets us kicked off straight away. Be fantastic though.
Closes down the whole website, and then we can force everyone to join T Public through a code that I can give them, so I can get £1 off each of their sales.
So yeah, coming back, people forget that people think they have a say in the royal family. The public think they have a say in the royal family. That's fucking stupid. They don't know what a royal family is.
I find it hard to believe that even the royals have a say in it.
Well,
like even the high up royals, I don't think that because it's bigger than them. The royal family is bigger than them. It's a thing to be seen. It's not just like the status symbol of being the queen, the king, a prince, a princess, or the duke or a duchess or whatever, or whatever other fucking denomination of royal there are. But the idea of it, like it's an institution, isn't it? It's in the same way that a school is more important than just its teacher or headmaster. It's everybody.
Yeah. But it's a very inbred institution. I think that could also be part of the problem. Is that she's too beautiful for the royal family, and her bloodline is far healthier. Because let's be honest, the royal families go at the state they are now, considering how far the royal bloodlines go back, fucking hundreds of years, and like further even.
I assume so. But they didn't just appear, or did they?
Well, mate, what the fuck? I thought you were a devout David Icke follower.
Well, yeah, they did. That's what I'm getting at. Did they just appear? Yeah, they came from the other planets, so fucking the dimension. It depends on what David Icke, what era of Icke you're listening to.
Evolution of Icke.
Dimension,
the evolution of Icke.
That'd be a fucking hell of a series.
Amazing documentary series. From his times as a footballer, as to his times protesting against the use of 5G technology. What the fuck happened?
Here's the gap in between, and here we're on the turquoise years.
And it's the Wogan show. Yes, I am God. Yeah, it's funny actually. Yeah, but they've been inbreeding all that time. Which, I mean, as we know from dogs, purebred dogs, creates a lot of problems. And as we know from a lot of people in the south of America, it creates a lot of problems. As we know from people from Middlesbrough, it causes a lot of problems. Inbreeding's an issue.
We had a road on our old council estate where it seemed to cause a hell of a lot of problems.
What were they all related?
Yeah. So I think there's 3 houses, 4 houses by the church. And you'd see them, and it was like, whoa, fucking hell.
Ding, 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 ding.
That was the doorbell.
Ding, 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 ding. You pressed it, and it wasn't actually a door. It was one of the small, tiny, malnourished, like deformed sons just playing a very tiny fucking banjo.
He didn't even have the banjo. He just pretended and made a noise with his mouth. That's how you knew to stay away. You had to fill in the gaps of what he was going for.
So yeah, I think that part of it is they don't want to have the bloodline diversified on the fact that it might make them healthier.
Well, then you've got that whole thing, though. Again, there must be other people that perpetuate it, but like the idea that there was the whole, they wanted blonde-haired people, and they needed someone who had blonde hair and blue eyes and of that genetic makeup, which I'm not going to say that I've looked into it because I there's no point. Well, you're never going to find out. But it's interesting to think, that they could be like, oh yeah, we need people with specific hair and specific eye colour. Of all the conspiracies, mate, it's not one that I go into because it's just
no. I'm gonna clip that fucking 5-10 seconds and use that as the tagline for just this entire podcast, like, and not just this show. This show, every episode, like, that's this podcast.
But
I'm not going to go in. I don't read it. There's no fucking point, and like that. That's every episode. Do carry on. Yeah. So I mean, having a sort of Aryan touch to the bloodline. You mean?
Yeah, he even touches on that concept as well, that it's the Aryan idea, but it was more so that they had to be from a specific bloodline in order to keep the genetics of the royal family strong.
Yeah.
That's what he proposes.
Well,
that's because you have recessive and I want to say dominant and recessive genes.
Well, yeah.
So I assume it's a way to keep. You've got to have these certain genetics in there because maybe they're like blonde hair and blue eyes is pretty rare, really. I mean, I don't think it's as rare as ginger and blue eyes.
So, like, ginger's a recessive gene. So the ginger gene is at one point it was dying out. I believe there was efforts to sort of make it stronger again, and then gingers started reproducing more because they started like mating with each other. The fucking sick,
like,
the sick
special
animals.
payments from the government.
They got fucking red
compounds.
They
so
got
the people don't have to put up with it.
You get a red tax rebate for having the old copper top. The filthy sick animals. But I think that's another common thing, like in the royal bloodline, is like there's quite a few gingers to degrees.
Well,
Not bright.
That would kind of add into the logic that we've just made up there, that they'd need recessive genes in order to keep their genes strong. But realistically, what begs the question then, what do people know, or what do they know about genes? That means they've got to have a specific genetic makeup for each person, because does that make them sort of predestined for a longer life, or does it mean they're going to naturally release a pheromone, not like fucking Wolverine, and make everyone want to fuck him, but maybe Andrew has that possibly.
Yeah, maybe he was an experiment gone wrong.
And yeah, he's the X23 of the family.
They offered too much of one gene and went, oh, we fucked this one. We got everything else right. He would have been this one was ready. This one was ready to be a fucking king. He would have been sorted, but we did too much on the kid fucking gene. I don't know what we threw out of balance, and he just will not stop.
Why did you let his mum get with a brunette?
Well, maybe the gene matching is it because it's really hard to keep like what look like mammals cold-blooded? Because we know they are. So like you've got to find that delicate gene balance of making sure that we can operate as humans but live as lizards.
Yeah, just in case, like, so the basking light doesn't burn them.
Yeah, or they can self-bask.
Well, what if it's more so for if they are aliens or of alien descent or in agreement with aliens or something? What if there's going to be like some planet scanning technology and it can mark them all?
We've got it, bro. It's 5G, bro.
Oh, yeah, see? And then they can be like, right, look, we've got a bit of... There's iguana in all of these Commonwealth countries, potentially. You know, there are other lizards available. And they're like, right, we can protect these now. We can make a little space bubble around them or a little protective barrier. And then something else can happen to people.
That's why we've still got the Commonwealth, which again we mentioned in the first 20 minutes, the bonus content in the episode that people wouldn't have heard because we didn't go live for 20 minutes. But that's why we've still got the Commonwealth. It's not just to remind people that we once fucked them over in a war. It's not really for the minerals and precious metals or whatever trade we're getting from them still, or for the fact that it's the only sporting event where we can win some fucking medals. It's because of we source. There's some really pure adrenochrome and other things we really need, like lizard blood and shit. For the services of the royal family, like that, where they come from those countries. Rare lizards, rare children.
Yeah.
Children,
and they're not like, maybe there's things in place to stop the children mining lithium, for example.
What about
so they're protected.
You know about this story as well, and it's gonna fucking
go on.
It's escaping me now. But those kids that went missing, in Canada, I believe. Native kids from Canada that were meant to go that went missing, and there was rumours that the royal family were involved because they were there at the time.
Oh, that was in this list there as well. I mean, I may have known that in the past, but I do remember bits about that. But there's loads of stuff, though, about Native Canadian girls just going missing. That's been happening for like the past 50, 60 years, if not longer.
That's been happening for a long time.
There's a huge thing about that.
Yeah, I know.
I heard about it from Classified, that rapper. I mean, not personally. I mean, in his songs and that, but
Just talking to you at the bus
fucking
stop. Just stood next to the bus. Hey,
imagine.
do you know about those fucking,
Oh,
all
mate,
those
I
Canadian
think I'd
native
be
women going
starstruck
missing?
in that situation. I'd be buzzing.
You don't know it's him though. It's just some bloke turning to you, asking, telling you,
Yeah,
do you
twigs
know about
later
the?
on when you're on the bus. You just sat on the bus having a wank, and you're like, "Oh, that was Classified."
And now everyone that was already looking at you weird's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Please let
supposed
us
to be
off.
personal,
Please
mate. You're
let us
using the
off.
wrong word. Not it's
Please
not
let us off.
classified. It's a personal, private thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think we might be sourcing children from there. That makes a lot of sense. And another reason why that might have been because Megan's she American or Canadian.
I thought she was Canadian, but on the Oprah, I watched the Oprah interview before this about the first 40 minutes or half an hour, and I'm sure I heard her say, "Oh, we went home to America."
Yeah, I thought
But
they were
that
going
could
to
be just because
Canada.
they use a different. I thought, see, this said America,
Yeah,
but
and
I may have
I know I've
misunderstood. Plus,
seen
I was
that.
watching it on BitChute, so it might have been fucking edited. You really don't know with that one.
Um, yeah, I don't have a fucking. I don't have a because yeah they said they were going to Canada and then went to America instead because of believe coronavirus. So yeah, I think she is American. I'm getting it wrong. So she would have nothing to do with those native kids in Canada, which means that my next bit wouldn't work about her some sort of being part of trying to go.
Save it for another. We can shoehorn it in another one. We can go for it.
Fine. Well,
Blame someone else. Blame it on someone else. That's what I mean.
like
Who's
that
Canadian?
therapy video. Everyone's Canadian. Everyone's got a little bit of Canada inside of them, just a little bit. I've got nowhere to go with that either. But Meghan Markle
I don't know.
at the table at the adrenochrome session table, and she's like they're knee deep, and she's like, why everyone's pretending she's Canadian here or has some sort of link to Canada. I'm going to, now while everyone's off their nut, I'm going to try and negotiate them to just maybe lay off on the Canadian natives. Be like, can you maybe just bring 30 a year back instead of 300 or whatever? And she pops a question, and immediately Andrew just gets in a rage, in a primal rage. He's sweating profusely. It's not even sweat. It's coming from like, what you can't see with Andrew. He hides it well with makeup. Is he actually has like that sort of beard that a bearded dragon has, but only around his neck, and it starts to flare. Like she says that, and it starts to flare, and he flips a table, and he's like just hissing at it. Charles has got at this point. He's got the chain round Andrew's neck, and he's like pulling it in. He's like, look, I can hold him, but I can't do it for long. You're gonna have to fucking reel him in, put him in the comfort room. So they put him in the comfort room, which is just a very hot rock in a vivarium, just a nice hot rock, and he's immediately just like naps. And that's another reason why Meghan was like kicked out. Like, you've just causing problems. You've
seen the vivarium. Get out.
You're sniffing more than you've been told to. You're saying you're going to have children, which has really, really caused Andrew to fucking lose his horn. And now you're telling him he can't have as many native Canadian children as he wants. This is not how the royal family goes down. For the purification of the bloodline of the royal family, and to be honest, for the session, you've got to go. Meghan essentially is that annoying person at the session who comes back after, and like your mate, it's like your mate's lass, and he fucking loves her, and she's sound as fuck. Like, really, those two are really sound, and he comes, brings her back, but everyone at the session's like cunts, and just because it's some new lass, they don't like her. And they're just like, fucking just get her in a taxi and fuck her off home, man. And that's just how the royal family is. They're no different to us. It's not cheap bashed cocaine they're sniffing at 3 a.m. It's crushed up native children's pineal glands.
And what's more quintessentially British, really?
With tea. With some tea.
Cutting it with tea.
Yeah. You chop it down, then you can drink it in a brew like mushrooms.
Oh.
Mm.
You just start seeing children's dreams around you, but it's all in foreign languages.
That's what speaking tongues is. When you go to if you go to a proper church, That's exactly what happens. It's ground pineal gland dished out in those little fucking wafers. Or do you know when they walk around with the incense and they waft it about? That's that's adrenochrome, mate. And then the people who start speaking tongues, they're reliving some fucking like some Colombian child's like 3-year-old like memory of just bathing in the river one day while mama's washing clothes, having a great time in Bogota, and now you're like, what the fuck? And that's how churches rope you into religion.
I just want to say though, that is a great bit of trivia and knowledge there. If Bogota is actually in Colombia,
Bogota's in Colombia. Mate,
genuine clap me. I think that's impressive, man. I don't know anywhere that's anywhere.
I'll be completely honest. I know all of my geography from crime or football, crime or sport, basically. Because you just
have the sport. I've just got crime, so
they're both expansive. They're both expansive topics for learning about geography, man. You learn about some fucking.
Not for darts, though. You don't get many darts players from anywhere really other than like Western Europe.
No, but you can learn a lot about craft ale. Proper ale actually. You learn a lot about ale. You can learn a lot about diabetes and
beard types.
Baldness. Yeah, baldness, another massive thing. Yeah.
Pure pattern baldness.
I'm guessing you agree that Diana was killed.
Well, I think she was dead. I think someone had a hand in it. I don't. That's the part, man. That's where I enjoy that conspiracy there, not in like a sadistic way. I just enjoy it because there's one where I think there's two clear avenues for it, and then there's loads of other little offshoots. When the two clear ones seem to be either the people say the royal family orchestrated it, other people say the British Secret Service. Fuck me. The British Secret Service instigated it. There was a fucking. I thought I was saying. It sounded in my head. I was saying two separate words, surf and is, and it just didn't sound. It was hitting me ear. Fucking yeah, but it was one of them two.
Well, I mean, the Secret Service would probably be doing it. The Secret Service would probably be doing it on behalf of the royal family, wouldn't they? Really?
See, this is my own little conspiracy now about the royal family. I don't know if would they still be in control though now, because I know that they're very important. But if a person, hypothetically, because I think it would count as treason, it would definitely be treasonous. But if a person was to go and attack a royal family member, kill them, they wouldn't. Nowadays, you don't now just assume the role of the Queen. If I was to accidentally mow the Queen down in, we'll try and keep it English. What's an English car? A Bentley. Bentley English? Seems it.
Yeah. Well done.
Run over the Queen in a Bentley or in a Jeep, and you're like, fucking,
Jeep's not English, but carry on.
Is it? I've always thought, we'll stick
Jeep's
with Bentley.
American. Land Rover's English.
Oh, fucking
car knowledge on right. Truth Seeker, now a car trivia podcast. Yeah, tune in.
Yeah. And again, I know nothing about cars. Fucking. All right, fucking. We'll stick with Bentley. You mow her down in a Bentley, right? And then in days gone by, if you'd done that on a horse with a sword or a spear or even with a piece of wood and just clobbed them over the head as you ran past them, you'd be the leader.
Yeah, that's
how it worked.
That's all changed though. That sort of warrior mentality of if you kill the king, you become the leader. That doesn't happen anymore. I don't believe. Well, I mean, it's not happened in so long we wouldn't fucking know.
Well, this is what I mean though. That doesn't happen. But though, then you could think, does that not happen because they were replaced by lizards or extra dimensional beings who just didn't buy into that? They were like, well, all right, kill me, and then they kill them, and they're like, right, well, so you've killed me, but look at me, I'm still here. So I'm just going to cut your skin off now, and I'm just going to wear your skin. There we go. I'm still in charge. Why am I talking to a dead body like a fucking weird alien? All the other aliens are going, why am I referring to my own kind as aliens? I've really took on the role here. And everyone else is just looking around terrified, going,
everyone's looking around going,
mad with power.
Actually, the term is reptilian. Thank you very much.
Don't
We
like
stopped using
that's very
alien a long
offensive.
time ago. That's like
I'm
their
not actually a grey or a mantid.
yeah.
I refute that.
Yeah. I actually have some sort of. I have blood. I have a tongue. I can do things. I like rocks, right? Yeah, and I fucking love adrenochrome. Fucking love it. I, yeah, Diana definitely murked. Fucking Megan, lucky
Oh,
she's not. Is the only look? Go
do you
on.
know what Ike thinks about Diana's death? About like it was supposed. He claims it was some a ritualistic sacrifice that took place over an old ancient river that flows underground. The river
Yeah,
Diana or the river Diana or something, and it's got something to do with the moon, and it's to do all, and then that helps him. He then takes that and then it ties it to the moon and the supermoon, and then he can take that, which this is why it's fascinating to watch him. Then he takes that and it becomes this thing about changing the birth dates of the royals so that they're actually they try and force the birth to happen on either the day of a supermoon or is it an annuated moon, and special summer solstices and things like that, and they try to induce them births there like that, and that all ties with that in. But
yeah,
I can't
fantastic.
remember how he ties all that together.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be the thing I've got, right? and this is the only thing. Other than that, all checks out. Fantastic, great. I buy into it. Ike, I'll buy the book tomorrow. How to kill them specifically on that date at that time, with the driver having nothing to do with the royal family, Dodie fired having nothing to do with the royal family, and obviously Diana. How would the royals and the because say at that time and they weren't going to be driving anywhere. Say they were stopping in for the night, VHS and chill,
It's a Burger King.
fucking Friends Series 2 on fucking box set,
Yeah.
whack that in. Like they were just going to kick
They
back.
were ahead of the time.
Just been to Blockbuster. No, was
They wouldn't have
Friends
the box set, would they then? I don't know.
Friends Series
Oh,
3?
yeah, they'd have the series. I don't know. Yeah,
I reckon
I don't
when
know what. Yeah,
when did Diana die and when did Friends Series? Someone, if you check that.
95, I think. Was it 95?
Oh, I think Friends Series 3 might.
96?
I think. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I think my
Friends
logic's.
was out.
I think my logic's fucking sound. You know, and I'm not going to question it. If
No, I
someone
meant
wants
the
to
box
prove that
set
in the
in
chat,
I was seeing the
I
box
meant
set as like
box
the
set,
full, all
the
of
box
the
set
series,
of
but
Series 3. You're not going to fit an entire series of Friends on one video, are you?
no, you get about 3 episodes, maybe 2.5.
There you go.
Oh no, they're
mate.
half an hour. You get 5,
Well, there
4
you
or
go.
5. I remember
There's
on
not
the old Simpsons VHSs.
banging.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm accurate. I think
Yeah,
that logic
no,
was
I
sound.
apologise.
I was
Go on,
trying to
carry
make
on.
1995 references. They'd just been to fucking Blockbuster. They'd just picked up some fucking fruit pastels. Not Starburst. Or whatever. No, though, that's not that. Chew it. What were the opal fruits? Them's the ones. Opal fruits.
Yeah.
That was them days. What if they'd done that? What if that night they
They
were
were
stopping
moaning
in?
because the marathon doesn't exist anymore.
No, they were like,
What the
what
fuck's
the
a Snickers?
fuck's a Snickers? I'm not going to eat that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. I'm Brew still
Bit of
tasted
Blur
right.
on the radio.
Pooh, shit. Fantastic.
Think
Oh,
that
Terry
was
Wogan
Blur.
on radio. Mint, get in. But yeah, they were doing like proper shit 1995 stuff that I'm glad doesn't fucking exist anymore. And what if they were staying in that night? They couldn't have been killed. Like, how is he? If his theory is all going to add up, then at that specific time, how did they orchestrate for them to be in that specific place for that to happen? Ike, right? And I've got no background in any sort of form of fucking real conspiracy, and I challenge you, Mr. fucking goalkeeper turned 5G denier.
Well, am I speaking on behalf of Ike?
You are an Ike representative, obviously. Like you're an ambassador. I've
it
seen
seems
you
it
going
is
door
me,
to door
doesn't
with his fucking books.
selling them for twice what he charges.
David Icke is a multi-level marketing scheme. I don't know if anyone's
And
noticed.
what I do for him, I'm a very clever marketer, guys. If anyone is looking for a marketer, because when I do sell other people's books door to door, I actually rip out the last 5 pages so that they have to then buy the book again. Because as long as your book's over 300 pages, it works because everyone really wants to know the end. I'll leave all the citations at the back and the annexes. They can get the sources. It's important to keep the sources there. Don't want you getting in trouble, guys.
You take the last 5, but somehow leave the last 2 words.
Just write it on the cover, on the back on the back part
No,
of the
just
cover.
stick-
Little post-it notes.
Stick the last corner of page just on the back cover. And that's the last 2 words. Like, what the fuck? The lemon. Jesus Christ, how did we...
All of these books just end with ever after. Ever after what?
And then he woke up and it was all a dream. What?
They all just end with a dream, just written on the back of them.
So apart from... What would you do if you were fucking... Aside from the fact we've established he's a fucking good spoons player, what would you do if you were Prince Charles Alter? And also, can we mention Prince Charles, right? Now, as far as people with weird attractions in the royal family, Prince Andrew steals that one by a long shot. In a sort of contest where you've got a gold, silver, and medal, and copper medal, bronze, not copper. Imagine getting a copper medal. How sort of shit fucking perform. Yeah,
scrapping it in.
There you go. That's exactly what I'll be doing in the morning.
Yeah.
But in a competition where you get a gold, silver, and bronze medal, he's got platinum when it comes to fucking weird sexual fucking tendencies. But Charles went from having Diana and then the whole time cheating on fucking over Diana and always planning to be with sort of Camilla. What the fuck sort of jump was that he had? When you're considering, we've already discussed this, the health situation of inbreeding over those hundreds of years, and let's be honest, the effects that has on one's appearance and the fact that all the royals look... The only ones who have come out decent are Diana's kids. The others aren't looking too good ever. Why would you had in royal terms, you had a worldie, and then he went with Camilla, who... She's never done anything wrong, right? But, I mean, you can take the wrong off that. She's never done anything. Why would he take that step down?
Because wasn't the... I can't remember what his name is. He's an actor. And he got caught with, rough prozzies. And that was his thing. And he's proper minted. He's a proper fucking big actor. I can't remember the fucker's name. But he was. I remember there was a news story. There's been a few about it. He was mad into proper rough prozzies, and people were up in arms, being like, "Oh, you're rich. Why would you? And
because
it's
the opposite.
Just like him.
That's
you like
fair.
what you like, innit?
That's fair. But what does Prince Charles do? I mean, he's got to have given up waiting for his mum to die. Behind closed doors, he's probably known all this time that she's never going to. She's going to live to about 200-300. Yeah. I mean, I can't wait till mine fuck off so I can actually have a house I can own, because I'll never buy one. I mean, that's probably what he's thinking as well. He's like, well, got to have a kip, haven't I? Yeah. She's got a pop, so I can have this. I whack that straight on right move. This will be on Airbnb. He literally fucking bastard. What to say? I'll have 16 of these rooms on Airbnb in the morning, 500 quid a night a pop. I'll be fucking earning bank. And the tax breaks I get from being the fucking king, I'll be sound. But yeah, he's got aside from really playing spoons well, and he talks about cheese a lot whenever he goes out, I've seen, according to Mock the Week from all the episodes I've been, he's always visiting places and looking at cheese. He does a lot of that. What does Prince Charles fucking do?
I don't know. I'd like to think that he's really good at COD.
Yeah.
And that's what he does, and he's really good at doing other people's voices.
Yeah,
so when he wants a bit of attention on there, he pretends to be a girl and he's like, hello, because obviously that's how girls sound.
No.
And he does a bit of that on there, and then he pretends to be a kid and he's trying to catch out Andrew. He tries to be because they're playing down the opposite ends of the wing and they don't know that each other are good at COD.
He
But
just joins his lobbies all the time. He joins
he's
his
walked
lobbies.
past his room and he's heard what sounded like an MP40 going off on the telly. He's like, I know that
I
noise.
know that sound.
I will find him. I'll find him on there.
He's got his username. He hasn't added him as a friend, but he's got him on like a list, and he just joins his lobbies all the time. And he waits for someone. He waits for someone just starting to like hear a young person's voice on the team chat, and then this response going, "Oh, kid, all right, so you're good at this game, huh? You want to come and play it on this island? I know. Yeah, I'll take you on holiday at this little island. I'll take you with Uncle Jeffrey. We'll have a really good time. Andrew, stop! I'm telling Mum. Andrew, I'm telling Mum again. Door. Yeah, I'll tell her.
Get off of it. Tea's ready. Tea's ready, Andy. Andy, tea.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine he's really. Charles, I imagine, plays Fortnite. But if he plays COD, I don't think he acts as a girl. I think Charles, to get some sort of rebelliousness out, he puts on the voice of a 13-year-old American kid, and he just says he's going to fuck everyone's mum. That's Prince Charles. Prince Charles, the one who shouts in everyone's Call of Duty lobby, "I fucked your mum. I fuck you." He says
grin as well,
he's the one. He's the white young American kid who always says the N-word in the lobby and calls everyone the N-word. That's Prince Charles. That's how he gets out his dark side. He's like, what's the one thing I could never do in public? As someone who's supposed to set a standard for the people of this nation, what could I never? I could never say that word. Or say I fucked anyone's mum. Like, it's not gonna, really. It's not gonna
Imagine
work.
Him on, like, he goes on Good Morning Britain and he's like, I just think it's a shame. And they're like, oh, what? Ooh, we've never been on TV before, live TV appearance. What does he like to say? He just looks down the camera, like straight down the lens. Noob Hunter 573. I fucked your mum.
That's for spinning headshotting me, you fucking little twat.
You little aimbot bastard.
Have you heard about? Have you seen the film The Bank Job? Jason Statham.
No, I was thinking completely different film. Go on.
True, it's a film.
Is it the old men that robbed the bank?
It's not the Hatton Garden. That was very recent. This was inspired by. I'm going to put an inverted commas. The 1971 robbery of a London bank. Now this robbery was fucking massive. They made off with $3 million in cash and like jewels and shit, which at 1971 is a fucking lot of money. Now they didn't get caught, I believe. I don't think they got caught. But there was a lot of fucking shit around it, not only because it was a massive robbery where a fucking lot of money got stolen, and it was a very, very well planned one as well, on how they would conduct it. There was rumours, or there still are rumours, it's quite a big theory, that the robbers were indirectly sponsored by MI5, obviously British intelligence service. They were for those who aren't on the inside, that's they're clever people. They're proper clever. But yeah, the theory is that there were sexually incriminating photos of Princess Margaret being held in a safety deposit box in that bank that belonged to Michael X, who was a revolutionary, black revolutionary. I don't know if you've heard of Michael X. It's quite a big figure.
I've heard of Malcolm X.
Well, Michael X was like...
Was he like a follow-on or...?
Well, yeah, he was from Trinidad and Tobago, and he lived in England. So he was a black Caribbean revolutionary over here. And there were rumours, or the theory was that he had pictures of Princess Margaret engaging in bucking, basically. Pictures of Princess Margaret bucking. And there was also part of the theory was that Gail Ann Benson, who was the daughter of a Tory MP, Conservative MP, her body was found in a shallow grave on the grounds of Michael X's Trinidadian commune in 1972. And part of the theory there was that she was in fact an MI5 spy trying to get like information on Michael X because they were trying to take him down. That is the thing that made that interesting at the time was that it was, I don't know if it was the first time, but I believe it was the first time the royals or the government issued a D order, which prevents any press from covering the story. So they just shut instead of putting any official statement out, instead of answering any questions or rumours or anything like that, they just shut it down and just said we're not reporting. That's fucking rare that happens, and it doesn't usually happen over crimes like bank robberies.
Normally when footballers fuck the brothers' wives.
Well, this was much later. This was much later in life when people would just take it to court for like very trivial things. But like for that to happen at the time, a bank robbery is not big enough to issue a D order. There has to be something there which sort of birthed the theory. But it's another thing where you're saying like, do the royals have any power? It would suggest that they clearly do. And this has happened. This has happened before. The film's actually quite decent. It's one of the only films Jason Statham's in where he's not just a ruthless action figure punching man. But it's quite a decent film. But yeah, the theories. I can't say if there's. Well, I can't say there's any fact behind it. I've not seen any pictures of Princess Margaret shagging. But
you've got deep fakes though. There might be something on there.
I mean, she's still way down on the list of dark sexual deviants of the royal family. She's also one that's not talked about as much. Seems to just get on. I don't know where I can really go with Princess Margaret. She's not someone to really joke about. She's not topical.
I know nothing of her work.
Yeah, this is what I mean. No one else will really. So like, we're going down a dark path. Henry VIII. Top shagger.
Shag, marry, kill.
Yeah, the inventor of the game Shag, Marry, Kill. Another example of, I mean, again, another example of people who the royals have never been sound. He, instead of just like, I mean, yeah, there was divorced wives, and I suppose they did get away.
Yeah, but he invented the divorce by creating the Church of England.
Well,
I think from memory.
Yeah, that's why he pretty much started a war.
Yeah.
So he could divorce and remarry.
The Rose War. Yeah. Imagine doing that.
No, against the Pope.
When he could have just killed her.
Yeah, that's another. But yeah, but it's just. It's like he didn't want to. Didn't want to sully his image with at that time. He was like, "Look, I can get away with a few. I want to bank one for later. So if I
know I can do three.
Sort of,
I'm happy to kill off two of them, but I want to save that third just.
Yeah, if I find some sort of legal one for just loophole for now, I'm not. Some serfs can die. I don't give a fuck about them, right? They can die so I can divorce this woman. That's fine. Go to war? Yeah, fine, no bother. But I mean, on one hand, great, he invented the divorce, which meant you didn't have to kill your partner if you wanted to separate from them. But at the same time, another example of like the royal family have never given a fuck. Like the fact that you can just walk away now from the royal family is fucking lucky. I'm not saying that's good. That's not a good thing. Royal families, there's no reason for them to exist now. Like, none at all. It's a very archaic way of ruling. It makes no sense. It can't be good for the people because, like we've said, that bloodline's gone on for so long that all they ever know is that life that they've lived. They've never lived any other life. They can't relate to the people that they're ruling. Never have been able to and never will be able to. So it makes no sense to have a monarchy. So we're talking about something that makes no sense and people are trying to make some sense out of it. That is backwards. That's never going to happen. Like, you're trying to... there's no reason to have a monarchy. The monarchy exists and has been doing things that it shouldn't been doing for centuries and surviving through inbreeding and the continual bloodline, which, as we keep saying, can only be getting weaker. Like, they're doing things that are abnormal to uphold an abnormal institution, and the people are criticising it in a normal way and expecting that to apply. It doesn't apply. Like, they do what the fuck they want. It's not good. It's fucking horrible. But it's a step away from killing people in a tunnel, although I think the only reason that they're still alive is because Harry's obviously royal. Otherwise, they would have just taken them both out by now.
I don't know, though. What if... Like, I love the idea that all media, TV and film is like trying to predict something and get you ready for it, condition you for it. What if, like, Hamlet, which was supposedly written, that's Shakespeare, but some conspiracy theorists think Shakespeare was actually one, I think, was it the Queen Victoria? But that's besides the point. I was going to talk about the Lion King. What if the Lion King is real though, or Hamlet? You know, it's the same story where the prince doesn't want to be involved with what's going on, so he leaves. Bad shit starts to happen, and then eventually he gets brought back there.
Well,
Like he gets distracted and goes away, and then comes back. What if that's what we're entering now?
in all honesty, I think that oh fuck, I put the headphone muff that's got my monitoring headphone on. That's awful. I think Harry was possibly looking for a way out anyway. This was obviously the straw that brought the camel's back. But like, if I was him, look at your family situation. Like, it's not great. Like, your uncles
Christmases are expensive.
Christmases are expensive. Your uncles are nonce, and not only does everyone know. Imagine that. Like, if your uncles are nonce in a regular family, and say the street or the estate knows, that's bad. What if the world knows?
Ostracized.
What if the world knows that your uncles are nonce?
But when he wants to chill with his army mates?
Well,
They're not going to lie at that.
This is not only that, but not only is your uncle a nonce, but your family are defending it. They're not even going, oh yeah, we should probably do something about that. They're like, he's still at the table. He's still there every night. He's still there, and he's still sniffing bigger lines than Meghan. It's not fair. Even like I think Will's more indoctrinated into it, and he'll stay for Dad, and to stay because he's probably going to be the next monarch. But Harry, I think he was ready to fuck off, and this was their opportunity to fuck off, because he dressed up in a Nazi uniform, which that's never sound. But even that, he's still the soundest person in the royal family. Like, so you would want to jump that ship, I believe. And I think they were looking for an excuse to do it. And I'm not saying that this was an excuse. What, from the royals?
No, on his part to dress in the SS uniform. And he's like, right, because he's young, you know. I think, was that before he went into the army?
I think he was at college or university. So I think that's more of a. I mean, I think that's more of a point of, again, very rich and upper class bloodlines that have never had to face real world people doing what they think's funny for Halloween, which isn't, but they know nothing, and that's not a good thing. Again, I'm not excusing it, but like they go, oh, you've got to wear scary things for Halloween. Fine, well, one of us is going to dress up in a KKK outfit. I'm going to wear a fucking Nazi uniform, and then whoever
Greg's dressing as a rapist.
Yeah, Greg's come as Harold Shipman. He's bringing his fucking doctor's kit and a load of old biddies. Yeah, I think that that was him being young and having shit posh boy fun at uni, and posh boy cracks just shit, rather than him having like any sort of views towards that. Also, he'd be dead because he's ginger, and they didn't like gingers.
Did they go for gingers? Oh.
If you're an authoritarian party that's getting rid of Romas, black people, Jewish people, tell me you're not taking out gingers. Tell me gingers... It
would make the other people feel worse, though, if you've got this whole list of people and you go, gingers are sound.
Yeah, imagine...
And then everyone else just gets shifted down that ladder again, and it's psychological as well.
Oof.
And it makes people then hate the gingers more. So it's more... And then it's punishment to them as well.
So obviously, you're telling me...
I'm not telling you anything.
Hitler carried out the Holocaust and murdered 6 million people... So we hated gingers more.
No, it might have been more of like a byproduct.
It wasn't the so they brought the plans for the Holocaust. They were like, so I mean the main aim is obviously to get rid of this Jewish problem we've got. I mean we've got to clear out these streets of these Jews. But what we found is a very interesting byproduct. And when we did the test runs on rats, we had Nazi rats just murdering Jewish rats, but the weird byproduct was that the remaining rats hated the ginger rats more. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. And that's how that situation probably went.
Fucking mental experiment, though, that for all the experiments that the Nazis did, like the dark, horrible shit that they did. Like, it was
initiating
awful.
some
Some of
sort
the
of
worst things that's ever happened in human
rat
history
society.
that we're aware of.
Yeah.
They're building rat societies just to try and punish ginger rats.
Just to see what sort of consequences there were for ginger rats during a Holocaust situation. And it turned out we hated them all, and Hitler was like, we will need an opponent to hate after the war just to maintain some sort of power, and we don't need to kill them, we need to keep them around. And the good thing about gingers is because they're a recessive gene, they will never build up in numbers. So the Jewish people, strong genes, they will continue to reproduce and have very good, strong families. But the gingers, they will die out. So they'll never become so much of a problem that we have to kill them as such. But we can have them around like a court jester. We can just bully it and point fun at the ginger to make ourselves feel happy and stronger as a nation.
We can throw the miserable ginger rats at them while they fucking try to entertain us. They can just be over there all together. Imagine, man, that'd be worse, wouldn't it? You bullied the rats through this, and then they've survived, and you know that they're depressed, and you're like, right, we've got this family of ginger rats that we've bred and bred and bred, and we've bred them to despise themselves just so that we can throw them at ginger people.
That's their specific role in life. You can actually buy them at a pet shop now, and if you go in £2.50, they're in the tank that's got the lights off. There's no lights in that tank. They're in the corner watching the Twin Peaks series for the fucking 16th time. They're not coming out, just sniffing cat in the corner, very depressed. But if you actually pick one up and carry it around, I mean, it's very docile. It's very docile and very calm and like meek until it passes a red-headed person. And it would not another inanimate object. If it sees an orange object or a carrot or something like that, it's fine. But if it sees a red-headed person, it immediately forms like it almost origamis itself into like a paper aeroplane with a very sharp point, like sort of yoga position. And you can fucking launch that so fast and direct at a ginger
like a
person.
Reaction.
You put it,
rigor mortis too soon.
Straight through the fucking socket into the brain. Like, it's just beautiful shot. It'd be like darts, like just bang that straight. Well, yeah, we've covered gingers. Maybe that was the real issue. Maybe the Royals were looking for a reason to get Harry out because he's ginger. And they've been waiting this they've been waiting this entire time. They were like, we fucking nailed it with Will. Will's spot on. Will is Will's got that. I mean, he's already bald as fuck, which is incredible for Royals. They're like, we love that.
So the crown will always fit.
Yeah, it will always fit. It'll never need resizing. We'll never have to fucking pick hairs out of it. Spot on. We're looking great. He looks good in a suit covered in medals. He is a model royal. And then we've got this little ginger cunt. Just, he's always sound. Oh, look at me. I'm going off to the Air Force. And oh, look at me. I'm going to help the children. And yeah, we should definitely do stuff to help disadvantaged kids and shit. And oh, look at him. Always trying to show off. Right, we need a reason to get rid of him. Let's hook him up with some American actress, and then what we'll do is we'll make out that we want rid of them because of her, and it's his dedication to her. But really, it's him. We just want rid of him, but we can't really say that into the public.
Like someone that really doesn't grasp society and reality, they think that's good damage control.
They
think that's good damage limitations.
Yeah, they think that's absolutely fantastic.
We'll play to the race card negatively, because that's only ever going to help us.
We can't go out and say we want rid of our grandchild, because that is, the public won't like that. But if we say it's because there's a black coming into the family, well, they'll understand.
Rather than saying there's a chance that in 2 generations' time we could have another ginger.
They'll know. They'll know we can't sully the bloodline, and they'll know Andrew won't fuck the kid. So we can't have it, and the public will definitely get it. And this is those years and years of being disillusioned and being disenchanted from the rest of the society that they think that's sound logic. And perfect time to end this show, I think.
Fucking hell.
You got any parting thoughts on the Royals before we click stop and Chode takes over?
I reckon, there's got to be some that are alright. Maybe if you get them on their own. How many do you reckon? How many queens do you reckon you could take in a fight?
Ooh, depends where they're from. If they're like sort of European.
No, our queen.
Our queens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's until I get tired. At the moment, the thing is,
big man here, guys. Big
I've
man
put
here.
I've put some weight on, so my stamina is not going to be as great. But it also makes me punching power better. So I wouldn't have to throw combos. It'd be one hit of quitters, and I'd just go for the jaw every time. I reckon I can take at least 32 queens out before I need a break.
Whoa. That's fucking.
How about you?
I don't know. I don't think I'd
What
punch
would you
her. I
if
think
you
I'd
could
go for the ankles.
If you could skin the queen and turn her into something? What would you do?
Oh, then maybe I'd do a limited edition set of those like unfoldable, the fold out fans.
What, like those Japanese ones?
Yeah, the paper fans.
Fan yourself with
like
the
that, mate.
queen. Use the queen's
Yeah.
labia as a fold-out
This
fan.
is the Queen's biggest fan.
You could probably turn her
Yes.
fucking fanny lips into an umbrella, to be fair. And on that, we're going to end the show. We'll see you next week.